Welcome everybody to our final membership meeting of 2021. It's all about policy. It's all about looking back on the year and just figuring out all the great work that we have done. And we're just so happy that you guys are here. Go to the next slide, please. Hey, Ron, put your name in the chat, please. Let us know where you are. Tell us how you know you feel today. This is going to be a full meeting. We have a lot to go over and looking forward to our spending these next 2 hours with you guys because we've done this about 10 times this year and this will be the final one of the year. So thank you very much for reaching out and participating. Next slide, please. Hey, Ron, how you doing? This is you, Ron, right?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Beautiful day we're having. What great weather we're having in November. And I'm going to read WEAC's mission. Since 1988, we've worked to build healthy communities by ensuring that people of color and/or low income participate meaningfully in the creation of sound and fair environmental health and protection policies and practices. Next slide.
Next slide, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bailey. I'm the manager of membership and organizing here at WEAC. So welcome to our final meeting of 2021. I'm going to talk briefly about membership. For all the members that are on this call, it is so great to have you participate and help us move our policies and agenda forward. You hear about some of our wins this year, and you will hear about our policy agenda for 2022. But without you, this would not be possible. So we thank you. But if you are not a WEAC member, we are asking today that 10 people on this call, if you are not a WEAC member, become a WEAC member today so you can help us push our policy agendas forward, the agendas that you and the WEAC staff will be working together to ensure our communities are health and safety. I'll put my, Wendy, if you could put the membership link in the chat. And also for any questions regarding membership, you can reach out to me. Wendy can put that in the chat, lewis@weac.org, or you can call me. Pass it on to my colleague, Charles Calloway.
Yeah, just to make sure we understand how everything works. Make sure you mute. There's a microphone if you're on your computer on the left-hand side. Hopefully everyone, we've been doing this for a while. And make sure you mute yourself while the meeting's going on. And if you on your phone is star 6. Next slide. Please do not overpopulate the chat, but we do want your information. It's very important. That's the next slide. Do not public. We want your information. Raise your hand by your phone with star 9. And as I said before, if you want to mute yourself, you put star 6 on your phone. Next slide. Okay, housekeeping rules. To raise your hand, if you want to raise your hand, there's something called a reaction thing. Not the reaction thing, a reaction button on the bottom of your screen. You click on that and then it allows you a couple selections how to bring attention to yourself by raising your hand. All right, next slide. We have several ways in viewing the meeting. We have a speaker view and a gallery view. You can have any view you would like, but the speaker view it will work best for you because we'll have slides and the presenters will be able to, you'll be able to see the presenter and the slides that we'll be doing. Next slide. All right, we have someone else, or is this me?
Go ahead, Charles.
All right. Be present and participate. One mic. Speak with one, with the eye perspective, move front, move back. I just want to make sure that everyone gets a say in the meeting. One thing we want to do is land your plane, which means do not keep on rambling on, get to the point. Be respectful of everybody in the meeting, even though their views may be different than yours, and make sure we keep this a judge-free zone. Next slide. Russell.
Thank you very much for that, Charles. And good morning to everyone. Thank you for attending this monthly membership meeting, our last one. And today's agenda will be an introduction to We Act for Environmental Justice. Then we'll have upcoming announcements from We Act staff members. Also, We Act acknowledges its 4 working groups: the Planning Committee, Healthy Homes, Climate Justice, Energy, and Workforce Development. Then we'll go on to We Act's 2021 year in review. Also, a brief comedy routine from Chuck Burks. Then we'll move on to members will be briefed on We Act's 2022 city, state, and federal policy agenda. Then We Act's policy agenda quiz. Finally, we'll have closing remarks and announcements. Thank you. Next slide, please.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Annie. I'm the climate justice organizer with We Act, and I wanted to share a couple of quick announcements about upcoming events and ways to get involved in the upcoming week. So today, actually, right after our membership meeting, we're going to go and join New York Renews, which is a statewide coalition fighting for climate justice, at Governor Hochul's office at 1 p.m. to rally for the Climate and Community Investment Act, which is a very, very important bill that would tax corporate polluters to increase the state's budget to implement some of our climate goals from the 2019 landmark bill, the CLCPA, the Climate and Community Protection Act. So we are going to meet in front of Hochul's office. It's at 3rd Avenue between 40th and 41st Street at 1 p.m. I'm going to drop my name and phone number in the chat. If you are interested in meeting us, please give me a call and I'll make sure I find you and we have our little We Act group. New Yorker News is having rallies in Albany and Rochester today as well. So this is a really big day and it's going to be a really inspiring and powerful action. Next slide. Yes, and thank you, Sonal. Come with your We Act t-shirts. We want to represent. So I also want to talk about something a little bit more serious that's been going on in New York State and across the country, really. During COVID-19, people have accumulated quite a bit of utility debt. We know that utility bills are really expensive. They're normally the second most burdensome cost behind rent for many households. And right now, over 1 million New Yorkers are struggling to pay their utility bills. And it's accumulated into over $2 billion of utility debt. So We Act is joining a coalition and calling for Governor Hochul to cancel all utility debts because we don't believe anybody deserves to be left out in the cold, and we believe utilities are a human right. So we're doing a lot of organizing around this and a lot of organizing quickly because there was a moratorium on utility debt that ended in June. And there's been a 180-day grace period that ends December 22nd. So we are trying to push this debt cancellation in the next month. So if you or anybody you know is struggling with utility debt right now, please fill out the Google form that Jasmine just dropped in the chat, and somebody from We Act is going to get in touch with you and give you some Know Your Rights information and other ways to get involved in our organizing work. Next slide. Thank you. And last but not least, we'll talk about this bill a little bit more in the city policy breakout room, but we have been organizing to pass a bill called Gas Free NYC. This bill would ban the use of gas and other fossil fuels in new construction, which is a huge, huge, huge step forward for New York City to end its reliance on fossil fuels. So we've been organizing for this bill for quite a while. And we are very excited to announce that a hearing was scheduled, which is part of the process that makes a bill become law. And it's a very big step in the process. And so we have a hearing on November 17th at 12 p.m. We would love for the We Act community to show up and testify in support of this bill. Testifying is easy. It's easy to sign up. You have 3 minutes to speak and I can help you prepare testimony. And before the actual hearing at 12 p.m., we're going to have a rally with our coalition on Zoom at 11 a.m. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat. And if you don't mind signing up, I will get in touch with you and give you more information about the rally and how to testify. Thank you guys so much.
Good morning, everyone. In 2021 has been a challenging year for many of us, but I'm proud to say that REACT has risen to the challenge. We achieved tremendous success on the policy front, which my colleagues will be telling about shortly. And we have continued to demonstrate our thought leadership, ensuring that environmental and climate justice are front and center of policy discussions. For example, Sonal Jessel serves a New York State Climate Impact Assessment, as well as the Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act's Climate Justice Working Group. And Peggy Shepard is the co-chair of the White House Environmental Justice Advisory Council. As an organization, we've grown significantly in 2021, and we will be entering the new year as strong as ever. Sonal, all yours.
Oh, first we have the working groups.
Yes, before we go into the wins for this year, we just wanted to thank all of the WEACT working groups. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make sure that all of this runs smoothly. My name is Nicole, and I'm actually a member of the planning committee. So we just wanted to say thank you to all the WEACT working groups, the Climate Justice Working Group, Healthy Homes Working Group, Planning Committee, and the Energy and Workforce Development Working Group. You can see that there's a lot of meeting that goes on, again, to make sure that all this goes well. So thank you so much, and off to you, Sonal.
Thank you, Nicole. So we're just going to quickly highlight some wins from our different departments and what we worked on in 2021. I emphasize this is only some of the things. We've done so much more than this and had so many other successes, but we all picked some of the top ones we were really excited about. So from the policy team, we helped pass the bill in the city to electrify New York City school buses, which we're really excited about. Special shout out to LJ who led WEACT in that coalition to make it happen. And we'll talk about that one later again too. We also developed a citywide climate adaptation plan. We have served on a roadmap for about 2 years now. I've been on advising the city on preparing for climate change and extreme weather events. And the city then just passed another bill with our help about requiring that the city has a plan for extreme weather and how we're going to prepare for that. In the state, we passed 2 bills that we're hoping to get signed by Governor Hochul very, very soon. One is banning flame retardants, which is basically toxic chemicals that are in a lot of our furnitures and mattresses. And we don't think they should be in there because they hurt our health. And then lowering allowed lead level in school drinking water from 15 parts per billion to 5 parts per billion. So we're saying public school drinking water cannot have lead in it. That seems straightforward, but we had to pass a bill to do that. The next is that we've been serving on advising the state on how to implement the state's big emissions reduction law, which has been a big part of the work this year, and we're rounding out some great recommendations. On the federal level, we developed the Green Jobs Report that was reporting about how green jobs have grown or haven't grown enough amongst people of color, for example, and different barriers, and how we can different policies we can enact to help grow the workforce in green jobs, particularly for lower income people and people of color. And then we are working to move the Environmental Justice Legacy Pollution Act in the bipartisan infrastructure package. And both of this is really important because this infrastructure package, which is in process of getting passed right now, which is a lot of money. It's really, really important. It's really important that we are ensuring that the impact of pollution in environmental justice communities over many decades is addressed. So these are just some of the big wins from the policy team this year.
All right. I need to make sure. I'm sorry. I just want to interrupt. Taylor, Vicente, are you here? Because I hear you speaking Spanish, and I just want to make sure you have everything you need.
Good morning, Charles. Yes, I was in the Spanish interpreting room. I got knocked out, and I'm just waiting to be put back in.
Okay.
I thought I was already in, but I guess I'm coming in on the main line.
We're working on that. Thank you.
All right. So when you guys get that done, to have Vicente let them know. Okay.
Okay. I'll mute myself, Charles.
All right. Thank you so very much. I'm sorry about that. Okay, Taylor, it's your show.
Right.
Hello, my name is Taylor Morton, and I'm the Director of Environmental Health and Education here at WEACT. I just want to talk about some of our education and environmental health wins, starting with our Ehjlt cohort this year. We normally do an Ehjlt of about 60 people or so per year, so 30 in the fall and 30 in the spring. But virtually this year, we were able to host about 500 folks, about 150 adults and 350 youth from across the city and adults from across the country, which we were really excited to do. And I think that we'll continue to do as we move forward. A big shout out to our environmental health coordinator, Ashley James, for all of her hard work on the Ehjlt this year. We've also been co-leading the New York State Climate Resiliency and Education Task Force. And so this task force is working diligently on trying to find a way to incorporate climate change into our K through 12 standards in schools. It's not required that we teach our young people about climate change. It's something that's up to the teacher, up to the school, and up to the district. We want to make sure that our young people are aware of what's going to be going on as far as their changing climate at a minimum, right? Not even adding in those climate justice pieces. And so we've been working with a lot of educators across the state, a lot of folks who do after school education, a lot of different focus areas to think strategically about how to make that happen. We've also been working with the community organizing team on training NYCHA leaders on RAD-PACT, infill, and environmental health issues in our Train the Trainer program, and there will be more to come on that. As far as environmental health, we've been really excited to work on and develop our NYCHA campaign platform that focuses on NYCHA operations and safety and security. And although a lot of the activities from the year are over, I'm sure that we're going to be focusing on more of that work as time passes. And also, I don't know if folks had an opportunity to come to our Beauty Inside Out focused conference that we had on Thursday, but we'll definitely send some recordings. We had a lot of in-depth conversations about colorism in hair, about different products, the science behind toxic product exposure. So I definitely want to highlight that for folks to pick up on when they get a chance to. But our last point and achievement for the year is that we've been convening our Beauty Inside Out Advisory Committee to lead our toxic products campaign. We're doing products testing. We have all of the experts here gathered, thinking critically about how to make sure that we are protecting women of color and femme-identifying folks of color from toxic products, both in Northern Manhattan and at the national level as well. And I'm gonna pass it on to Pamela. And if you have any questions, I'll leave my email in the chat. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pam Stewart Martinez from the organizing team, and the organizing team has a lot of wins this year. We're just going to go over a few of them. So one of the wins is our NYCHA Healthy Homes working group, our climate justice working group, the worker training working group. I believe there might be a Beauty Inside Out group, and also our, although not listed here, our planning committee. This year, the organizing team offered at least 10 membership meetings with over 100 members in attendance per meeting. Our new and renewed membership goal is 350 people, and currently we're at 339 members. We plan to meet and exceed this goal by end of year. Also, organizing has been working in voter engagement. So on the We Act for Environmental Justice side, we received over 1,487 pledges from Northern Manhattan residents to vote at the general election. And the beauty of it is it appeared on the We Act for Change side because every candidate that We Act for Change endorsed in 2021's general election won their seat. So it was a win for the community, not just a win for We Act. And I will pass it on to our next slide. which is comedian Chuck Burke.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. All right. Hey, they only gave me 5 minutes, so any laughing has to be done in the chat or through emojis. So right now we're gonna rock out. Thank you for having me back. It has been an amazing year for me. My year in review has been that we are kind of out of the pandemic, but you ever get in a situation where you live with your family, you love them, but you don't like them? Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen from somebody? I love them, but sometimes I don't like them. And the thing is that I got to figure out how to live with them while not liking them. And I wish life could be like Zoom. Like I could just send some of my family members to a breakout room. Please just go to the breakout room and don't bother me for the next half an hour. And while we talking about Zoom, how many of us are not wearing pants? Please, just let's be honest. How many of us halfway down? Let's do a pants check. Everybody stand up. And let me see, you get extra money if you wore real pants today. If you ain't wearing no pajamas, you get a little extra money in your check for whatever you do. Isn't that be amazing? Pants check, everybody have to stand up and show that they got real pants on. But the funny thing is that I have a son who has special needs. He has autism. And so it's been really hard on him because he's 19 years old, but he has the operation skills of like a 8-year-old. So he got to that age where he don't want to go to bed. And when you're in the house all day long, and it's time to go to bed, you look for that peace and if you're a parent, you know when your children go to sleep, you're like, I feel the peace in my spirit. This boy does not sleep and don't want to go to sleep. So much so that he knows that he's loved and cared for. His favorite places to go is to camp. So when he didn't want to go to sleep, he did what we did when we was kids. How many of us ever thought about running away? How many of y'all thought about running away? And you was too young to realize everything that went with running away? Because you leave your house and you be like, wait a minute, I ain't got everything I need. So my son, he loves camp. He loves to go to camp. So his idea of running away is he's going to run away to camp. He's going to go outside and just go live at camp where he can go do everything he wants to do. And his runaway bag, I call it the autism runaway bag. All he feels that he needs is his swim bag, his swimming trunks, and his bottle of water. Really? Really, sir, you're going to leave the house? And he threatens to open the door and leave the house with his little autism runaway bag. Really, you're going to live out in the real world and all you need is swimming trunks and a bottle of water. That is a brilliant idea. You go ahead on. And the crazy thing is that the bus don't come until June. It is November. Where are you going, sir? Where are you going? Yes, please go ahead outside. I'll just watch you. The bus don't come till June. And they don't keep you overnight. Do you realize you come back home afterwards every time? Okay, sir, go ahead. Take your little bag. I'm just gonna peek at and go on out there and live your life. But the funny thing is that we're learning how to get him calm enough. We just let him take a shower for 4 hours. Take a shower, 4 hours. Let the water turn cold. We don't get, yeah, we need some help on our utility bills because we done ran out of hot water, cold water. We like that. If you can't get in the pool, you can get in the shower. So go ahead, do your shower 4 hours, and then hopefully you'll fall asleep afterwards. You got to learn to love your family while living with them. And then when we get outside in the real world, we got this whole thing where people got vaccine, you know, some people got it, some people don't. So when you go to the next cookout or the next party, we're going to have what we call the COVID slide, where you got to be 6 feet apart while y'all dance. And then the whole thing is only certain people can be in the dance area at certain times. Because think about it. We all got different kinds. Listen, when we go to there, we're going to ask people, are you vaccinated? And they're like, yeah, which vaccination do you have? Because that depends on how long you're going to be there. Because like if you got the Moderna or the Pfizer, you're good to go. Johnson & Johnson only get the party for 1 hour. That's it. Y'all only get the party for 1 hour because you only got one shot and then y'all go home. And then the party got to stop if anybody got AstraZeneca. What is AstraZeneca? Stop the party. We don't even know if they vaccinated, y'all. You keep it up, y'all. You're going to mess around and have to get the worst vaccine at McDonald's. You're going to get the McVax, and you really going to be messed up then. So please, if you ain't vaccinated, I highly suggest that you do get vaccinated and take care of yourselves. I'm done. I'm Chuck Burks. I hope y'all enjoyed me for this little bit of time. My at the Chuck Burks. You can follow me on all socials. God bless y'all. Thank you for having me. Keep doing the good work that y'all doing. We need to have this for everybody. Y'all need 1,000 members. So keep doing what y'all doing. God bless y'all.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. All right, Bailey.
Good morning, everyone. Again, this is Bailey from We Act. Just want to say thank you for those that just recently joined us. Thank you for making our meetings the grand meetings that they are. We're going to go to our breakout group discussions, and I'm going to lay out the foundation of how we're going to do this. Again, without membership, we would not be doing the work that we do to pursue the goals that we're trying to achieve. This breakout groups will be 3 breakout rooms. So members will not leave. Each member will be placed in one of the 3 breakout groups. And our presenters on the city, state, and federal level will rotate into your breakout group for a 20-minute session. And we'll be talking about, now you're just getting a snippet of our 2020 policy agenda. Wendy will put the full We Act city, state, and federal policy agenda links in the chat, so you'll have a more in-depth understanding of what we're doing. But for today's presentation and for today's presentation only, we're just going to give you a 20-minute snippet on each of our city, state, and federal levels. So remember, again, 3 breakout groups. You will not rotate, but the presenters will. They will rotate on the city, you'll get a state level, and then you'll get a federal policy snippet agenda of what we're going to be doing for 2022. So as we transition, give us about 2 minutes so we can transition to make sure everybody's in a group and that we have presenters ready to start. If you have any questions, put your questions in the chat and we will follow up with you. Thank you, and thank you for attending our meeting. And again, everyone, please click on the policy agenda link that's in the chat. It gives you the full policy agenda that WEAC is pursuing for the city, state, and federal level goals for our 2022 policy agenda. And we will be providing a Spanish version for those who speak Spanish. We'll be providing a policy agenda shortly.
And make sure you return after the 3 workshops. Do not sneak away. We've got a lot to talk about.
Am I in? This is Diane. Am I in?
Oh, you gotta click on the policy, what room to click on. It should be on your screen. Just click on the room. It says join a room.
Breakout rooms? Under the
Yep.
breakout.
Yeah, just join. It says join a room. It says join.
Grace, I'm so sorry. Do you mind putting me back in room 1?
Okay. Breakout. I can't do that. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Sorry, I'm trying to do that, Annie. Oh, okay. You have it. I'm just assigning people who just joined randomly.
Oh, I've been assigned a breakout room too. Is that me? This is Diane.
Probably, yeah, you should just join.
Oh, do I push join the breakout room?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
I really appreciate you being a part of our welcome back. As everyone returns, thank you for being a part of our breakout rooms. Hopefully you've got all the information you need. And like I said, and Bailey has said, and everyone has said, if you have more questions that you haven't been able to get answered during the breakout rooms, please email us and we'll be happy to give the appropriate questions to the appropriate policy team, whether it's city, state, or national. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. I think we have almost everyone back, right, Grace?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
No, I got lost. I'm out of the picture, but I can hear you.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead, Brittany. You're muted.
Hello.
Good morning. I'm Brittany Goodwin. I'm a member of the Planning Committee, and we are going to have a policy agenda quiz now based on the breakout sessions we just had. So please look at your screen and answer the questions that will be popping up on the polls.
Uh-oh, I'm out of that.
And importantly, someone will win a We Act t-shirt. So give it your all.
Specifically, a black We Act t-shirt, which are new and fun. If you have your green one, you can win your black one. If you get 5 out of 6 right or 6 out of 6 right, you will be sent a We Act t-shirt. And so your name will be recorded in the back end. So not everyone will know who gets it right, but we'll go over the answers after.
I want to know what it looks like. Here it is.
We have our lovely Eula.
It has wording on the back.
Black.
It's not allowing you to submit your answers.
Okay. Grace, how we doing?
Is anybody else having that issue?
Yes, I can't submit. Michelle, I can't submit.
You might need to scroll down. I'm seeing a few of them coming in. So there are 6 questions in total. So when you get to the bottom, fabulous. All right, we see them coming in. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people participated. 17.
Let's get a whole, let's make a record. 97 out of 97. Come on, people. We would love to give you a We Act t-shirt. We'd love to.
We have boxes full waiting for you, our
That's
policy agenda experts.
I want to give away 97 t-shirts.
Wow. I'll get mine from the back of your truck, Charles.
Yeah. You can get it back in the truck if you answer the poll.
I did.
100% right. All right.
I did.
Then. All right. You can get it then. I want to give away 97 t-shirts, people. All right, so how much more time we're gonna give to the poll? How are we doing with the numbers?
We've got another 2.5 minutes for everyone. And we are at almost 40, we're at 40 participants.
Come on, people, come on.
We're almost at the halfway mark of, and we just
There we
reached
go.
it, yes.
And all the We Act staff can't participate if you're co-host. So we're trying to get to 85 and we're at 47.
Come on, let's go. And remember that we have membership dues while you guys are thinking about that. If you haven't renewed your membership this year, make sure you do that for 2021. All right, what number are we at now, Jasmine?
It won't submit for me.
We're up to 50.
All right.
Ronald, if you scroll down, you should be able to submit at the bottom after question 6.
Yeah, I'm pressing that button. It won't go. Maybe I should just wait. Huh?
Yeah, you can wait, Ronald. We'll figure that out for you.
I think maybe because he did it earlier.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm glad I did it.
But it allowed me to do it again.
Oh.
I did it earlier, but it allowed me to do it a second time. So I want my t-shirt.
We're getting a question in the chat about membership dues. How much is it? Where do they send it?
Wendy, can you put it in the chat right now, the membership location and the link for the membership dues?
I want to ask a question. Peggy Shepherd, she's a co-chair with the White House Environmental Justice. Who is the other co-chair? Is it the Dr. Robert Bullard?
I do not have that answer. Maybe someone else.
Sure. No, it is Richard Moore.
Oh, Peggy's here. My queen. I'm sorry. My queen. I didn't even. Oh, thank you. Okay. You answered my question. I'm sorry. Always elated to see you.
Thank you.
All right, we've had about 5 minutes on the poll. Should I give it a little more time? We're at 60 participants.
Yeah, Grace, 30 seconds and then we're gonna close.
Woo! Get your t-shirts.
Okay, and don't forget to remember to renew your membership if you haven't done it already.
So we will, when we close the poll, Brittany's gonna go over the right answer, so we all know what the answers are, but we'll know after the meeting which of you are getting those t-shirts. So thank you all for taking part of our fun quiz.
It was fun.
I'm going to drop a bunch of links in the chat for folks about some of the things we talked about for state policy, the November public power orientation, the utility debt form. If you're struggling with utility debt, we'll reach out to you and provide you some resources, as well as the Energy and Workforce Development Working Group, which meets next on December 1st at 6 p.m. So I'm going to put all those in the chat for you folks.
Great, thank you, Jasmine. I am now ending the poll and going to spotlight Brittany to tell us the answers.
Okay, everyone. So the answer for question number 1 in the Justice 40 initiative, what percentage of the benefits of federal funding must go towards disadvantaged communities, is B, 40. For number 2, according to the New York electric school bus law we just passed, by what year does the city have to have school buses that are electric? D, 2035. 3, in which 2 levels of government are we working on getting toxic chemicals out of beauty products? A, state and federal. 4 is our state cumulative impacts legislation is addressing what big problem? And that is C, problem of public toxic facilities being placed in our communities. 5, which part of Northern Manhattan is getting its waterfront redone? And that's B, East Harlem. And finally, 6, what is the name of the program that will fund the next generation of climate workers? And that's D, Frontline Climate Corps. Thank you, everyone. And now I will pass it on to Charles and Nicole.
Okay, hey everyone, and this is me and Nicole, who was part of our planning committee, and we would like to thank you for being a part of our membership meeting, right, Nicole?
Thank you so much. And I think there was just one also closing announcement regarding the congestion pricing roundtable. A Zoom meeting will be held December 14th at 6 p.m. I think if anyone has the link to that meeting, if you could throw it in the chat, that would be great. So you could register.
Right, so we're going to make sure that everyone is aware about congestion pricing and making sure we get their comments and your concerns around it, so that way we can actually present it to the next hearing that's at the city council level and the state level. So make sure that you participate on December 14th and make sure you let us know what your thoughts are. As you already know, that we can't do this work without you, so we need you to participate in this meeting. We will be sending out links and things so forth to remind you of our congestion pricing meeting on December 14th. Right, Nicole?
Yes, Charles.
All right, next slide. Just want to say thank you again and happy holidays to all and family. We know we're about to embark in our holiday season. We have a Thanksgiving coming up. We do not have a meeting traditionally in December. We just want to make sure that you guys understand that. And if you have any questions around any policies that you are concerned with or anything, please reach out to us and let us know. That way we can give you the information that is needed to answer your questions. Anything else, Nicole?
Nope, just everyone have a wonderful weekend and happy holidays.